The Golden State Warriors just pulled off an underrated move that nobody is really talking about right now. They just signed international prospect Taran Armstrong. He is a 6'6" point guard. So Shams Charania reported the Golden State Warriors are signing Australia's Taran Armstrong to a two-way contract. Armstrong, a 6'6" point guard, has been a standout in the Australian National Basketball League, and he now enters the NBA. And the big reason why I wanted to make a video about Taran Armstrong is because he used to go to the college that I'm at right now, California Baptist University. So this is really cool. This is a really big deal for my school overall. But yeah, Taran Armstrong, he's going to be a great player for the Warriors. I hope he, can get some good opportunity here. Probably won't really get some playing time on the main roster till next year if I had to guess. It'd be cool to see him get some minutes here over the next month or so to end off the NBA season. But more likely than not, he's probably going to end up getting, some opportunity and some minutes next season. But he's a really intriguing player, right? He's a 6'6" point guard, still super young, has a pretty good basketball IQ. And really, if it goes well for Taran Armstrong, he's somebody that the Warriors could potentially build around in a post-Steph era. So this is a very intriguing signing. And to come in the middle of the season like this too, very interesting timing. But yeah, excuse my voice in the video, but I wanted to include that because that's basically the only video I have of Taran Armstrong during when he played at CBU a few years ago. But still want to include that at the beginning of the video just cause. But yeah, either way, Taran Armstrong, he's a fun player, and he's going to be a fun prospect to keep an eye on here for the Warriors. So kind of continuing here with a article from Bleacher Report, Armstrong is 6'6" guard. He put up 17.1 points, 4.7 assists, and 4.6 rebounds per game in 19 games this season in the NBL. He shot 45.9% from the field and 34.3% from deep. Then also goes over some of his college stats at CBU. So in his 2021 to 2022 season, the year before I got to CBU, he put up 10.5 points, 6.3 assists, 5.2 rebounds per game, and actually was a WACC Freshman of the Year. He's the first player to get this honor from CBU. If you guys don't know, CBU recently became D1 eligible for the tournament just a few years ago. That was Taran Armstrong's last year at CBU and my first year at CBU. Armstrong has also been a member of Australia's national team, most recently for the 2025 FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers. So now with that, I want to go over an article from NBC Sports Bay Area. They actually interviewed Taran Armstrong's former coach at CBU, Rick Croy. Rick Croy is actually the current coach for the CBU men's basketball team as well. Basically got to interview Rick Croy. Rick Croy got to talk about Taran Armstrong and just his abilities and what the Golden State Warriors are going to get with Taran Armstrong. But like I said, this is a big deal, especially for a school like CBU, right? We are a very small school. Recently became D1 eligible for the NCAA tournament. Having a guy like Taran Armstrong, right, who is a very, highly regarded international prospect, now signing with the Golden State Warriors, it is a very big deal for CBU. So yeah, it says the Warriors announced on Tuesday the agreement with 23-year-old native of Burnie in Tasmania, Australia, who played at Cal Babson Riverside from 2021 to 2023. Rick Croy said that he got a text from Taran Armstrong's father all the way in Tasmania, and that he was just overjoyed. Incredible joy watching the ability to learn and somebody accomplishing a dream. There's nothing better. And basically this article kind of goes over more of how Rick Croy has built this program at CBU, because we went from like a D3 college to D2, and now we are at D1. It's also been a pretty quick process, and Rick Croy has been instrumental in this. And basically Rick Croy has done a great job of getting Australian prospects to come to CBU, specifically Taran Armstrong's brother Trey Armstrong. He also played on the team with him for those 2 years that Taran was at CBU. So very interesting. Rick Croy has been great at building relationships overseas, and he's been able to bring some of those international prospects to CBU. We also had a few other guys from Australia on the roster as well. Hunter Goodrick was one that played with us last year. So yeah, Rick Croy has kind of been able to build sort of an Australian pipeline with CBU men's basketball team, which is really neat to see that not only are we getting players from kind of the local Southern California area, but we're also getting guys from around the world. So really neat to see. It's been a great way to build up this CBU basketball program. So I'll include some screenshots here on the screen kind of this article and some of the things that Taran has done, not only during his time in the NBL, but at CBU. But yeah, basically Steve Kerr admitted that he hasn't really seen Taran Armstrong play yet, but he did comment on this saying what our front office has done, what our Santa Cruz coaching staff has done with development. I trust them implicitly. I'm excited because if these guys believe in him, then I believe in him. So Steve Kerr already given Taran Armstrong the green light here, kind of his nod of confidence, which is really neat to see. But should be really interesting to see how Taron Armstrong develops in this Warriors system and kind of what playing time he could get in the G League or even on the main roster, right? Maybe he'll get some NBA playing time this year. We will see. But more likely than not, the Warriors are going to be planning to use him, long term. I'm kind of seeing what he can bring to the team during the 2025 to 2026 season, but still a really neat signing, and the time with it is really neat. CBU's going into their WACC conference tournament here real soon, just finishing up their regular season. So just a really cool feat for the CBU men's basketball program, and just really cool that it's at my college and the college that I've been attending for the past 3 years. So yeah, just really, really neat to see overall. And also, this article highlighted that the Warriors internationally have represented Canada with Andrew Wiggins and Jackson Rowe. You got Germany with Dennis Schroeder, who obviously recently got traded though. You also have Gui Santos from Brazil, Buddy Hield from the Bahamas. You also have Jonathan Kuminga from the Democratic Republic of the Congo. And then you have Quentin Post from the Netherlands, right? So the Warriors did a very good job at getting a lot of really solid international prospects that have really had some great contributions to this team this year. So they're hoping that Taron Armstrong can be another one of those international prospects, that can eventually take a leap and solidify himself as an NBA level player. And honestly, like I said, he's a very intriguing prospect because he's somebody that if he develops really well, in the G League and hopefully on the main roster next year, he can kind of be that point guard of the future for the Golden State Warriors. I mean, he's a 6'6" point guard that can play make, that can shoot, a really high basketball IQ. He can really do it on both ends of the court. So it's going to be really interesting to see how he develops here with the Golden State Warriors. But just wanted to make a video highlighting that the Warriors signed him because it's really neat to see somebody from the college that I go to, right? I go to a pretty small college, but having somebody that is now in the NBA from my college, from CBU. We recently became a Division I program, and now Taron Armstrong is in the NBA. It's just a really cool thing to see. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of Taron Armstrong and his potential to contribute to this Warriors team going forward. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.